Good morning, Larissa Prodigal Pieces here, off to get some garden work done with my trusty sidekick Lula. She's always there beside me and protecting, and I love it. If you've been following along, I've done some rebuilding in my garden beds and my previous life updates. This is number 7 today, and I'm going to be doing some more work with the help of my kids. Oh, and it's currently like 21 degrees outside, feels like 18, so it's a bit brisk, and I'll say mighty chilly, but glad that the sun is at least out and shining. Back when I put this fence in, I wanted to grow as much as I could in places wherever it was. So the split rail fence has been nice, and I had an area that I've maintained underneath the fence. That here you can see me hoeing it up to just get it ready for the next layer of compost, and on top of that, composted manure. In here, I would grow pumpkins, squash, and whatnot, but I think I'm going to be switching to some more flowers for the time being. Just something that I'd like to do to kind of lessen my load.
No. Come on. Here.
Look how Lula's so protective. She's just sitting at the edge of the yard scouting, and she's always worried about somebody coming up the street. Here I've got 2 of my helpers, including Lula. Notice one is in shorts and it's 20 degrees, and the other is barefoot. To say we're hardened a little bit from this past winter, no joke, but it feels great to be outside. We're basically just digging up dandelions and different grasses and stuff that place themselves from fall to winter. And if you see me there digging up, there was some perennial flowers that have put themselves there, and I've just let them grow. They're beautiful. We love to cut them and give them to neighbors and different people. But also trying to clean up, because this is going to be the first year in a couple years that I've amended with composted manure that I get from a Mennonite farm, the friends of mine, where we get our raw milk from. And you can see me digging up some strawberries. They're actually normally located back in the bed behind where Lula is at the moment, and I'm going to be putting those back in there so they can continue to grow. It's been a blessing that I've been training Lula. She's 2 years old now, and to stay within the yard. So I trained her to do that. It took a lot of effort, but I'm glad she stays there for the most part. If a stray rabbit runs through, she's going to chase it. Windy as all get out today, but we're out here, and I've got a lot of perennials, and I've dug up most of the bed, put them in here so I could move them. I would love to grow a bunch of vegetables, but I know I'm not going to have time to do it, so I'm going to stick to my tomatoes, peppers, basil, and I still got my strawberries and different things I always have growing. But I did last year morning glories up the trellises, and used to do cucumbers, and along my front fence I would do squash and whatnot. So just trying to keep it to where I can keep up with it. It's something I enjoy, but I want to make sure that I can do it. You got a stick? Again, I've talked about my compost bins before. They're just grand to have, because I've got one bin for current year's scraps, and then we've had the one that's more composted, that we're digging out now to put on the garden. It just makes sense. I mean, when we had a family of 8 here, we had so much compost, but now we're just scooping it out. We're going to lay it onto the garden after we fluffed it up. And again, we'll be adding the manure here soon and letting it rest for a couple weeks where that microbiome just can develop itself.
Sorry. Do you want to do it?
If I can.
Good job. If you need help, say so. We're making good ruts in the yard. You ever see dark gold? There it be. We're gonna haul this stuff all over and amend the garden.
Oh, but it's still too stretched out. Thought about that. You got me a shovel and a bucket if you want to do the wheelbarrow. Hit the truck. Well, sure. There is a pitchfork too. Oh, yeah, but I don't know if it works because this is.
This is the composted manure. Thankfully, the farmers where we get our raw milk from, where we have a herd share, allows us to come get as much as we want. And it's composted horse, cow, and chicken. And they also add in calcium for us that helps us just amend the garden and get it ready to be able to nourish the seeds and plants that we're going to plant. Does it smell? Yes, but not like fresh manure. Because it's composted, it's much more manageable. Once you smell it for a bit, it disappears. And you can bet that the neighborhood thanks us for a few days.
I almost put my glove in my mouth. Did you take it out?
Not sure if you can see this, but it's steaming. You know, you got good stuff. There it is, nice and odoriferous from my neighbors, but it is composted, so it's not bad. But the neighborhood dogs, including Lula, she's eating it. There we go. And we're done for now. Well, nope, not done. Still have to redo some of these posts. You can see where it's weak. I did that one there and around, so I need to still go around and up around, but more to do. All right. This is Lily, my 11-year-old calico that is a farm cat. Can you tell? Guess what she's perfuming herself with so that she can go lay in my bed later on. Saw her doing this while I was doing the dishes. I let her go because she's enjoying it, and I can always get her clean, and I know she's a very meticulous cat, so not too worried about it. Hey there, Lula just had her bath and she's excited, wants to go outside and run around and probably roll in more dirt. But in the meantime, I was sitting here a minute ago reading my youngest daughter her history lesson for homeschool in this chair that I got not too long ago
Haven't really set it out here yet because if you've been following, I'm remodeling and doing different things in rooms, and I had sold the furniture that was out here recently, so finally brought it out. Cats have been making it their home. I have had a towel on it to keep them off of it until I could put a protectant. Anyway, while I'm sitting there, and I noticed this when I bought it, that I feel like I'm falling off. And I thought for myself, this was probably a boxed item that this person, had. I got off a marketplace. They had other furniture that looked like, was seconds of somewhere, but this is brand new. And I thought, you know what, I bet that they put the legs on wrong. I think they put the short ones in the front and the long ones in the back. And so I'm going to take a second with my daughter here and flip the legs. Let's see what happens. Okay, so if you look close, it's just a hex head bit there, and I've got my drill, and Josie is helping me pick out the right size bit, and we'll see what happens. Don't lose the washer.
And that tiny one. Where'd it get up there?
Good job. All right, tighten them up. Kind of put the bit in. Put the bit in and just kind of put your weight there and hold it on the back of it. Put your hand on the back of it. There you go. Is it good? Okay, try the other one. All right. You got it. Lula, you help Josie? Help? Yeah? Yeah.
Find the hole.
Hang on to it.
Sorry, Luna.
Got it. Woo, woo. I'm impressed with your drill skills, but I knew you had it in you. You've had lots of practice. Remember, hang on to it if you can, and kick on you. Yeah, that'll hurt your wrists. I'm not kidding. Hold on. Hold on to the drill, hon, not the leg. There you go. Hang on to the butt. You don't have to hold the leg. You just hold the butt of the drill. There you go. There you go. That way you don't hurt your wrist. Hold on to that butt again. There you go. All right. Are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Let's set it up. And you can be the first to sit on it. See if we made the right choice. looks like it makes more sense.
Us.
Makes more sense, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me check. I'm going to do from the side. Yeah, that makes absolutely more sense. You're not like sliding off. Now it'll be more comfy for Lula.
That's it for now for Life Update number 7. Larissa here at ProdigalPieces.com, inviting you to join me and my family. We've got more things coming up, working on the house, different adventures to share. Until next time.